here with our second event of the qualifying a time to get in those last four spots to make a 20 car regular field and have our Xfinity winner. So this is something new here for us at Cobra this week. We're trying something. We're testing a little something out. But I want to welcome back broadcast.
I need an invite.
Okay, I will work on that.
Yep. Sorry, I didn't even let you finish.
But yeah, Clay, go ahead and give me a little bit of your opinion on this as I get someone out here to shoot you an invite. What?
Here, I'm gonna send you some invites, both you guys.
Hey, that'd be great.
When you guys get in, can you send me invites?
Let us know when we can join.
I don't know when you. I'll stay in here until the timer expires or whatever. But then I need one of you guys to send me invites. Oh, actually, I'm in the actual race lobby. Never mind.
So yeah, going back, like I said, we're doing something here a little new. I said we're going to go a little new here, and Clay, go back to you with that. What you were thinking, what your opinion is with what we're going to be trying here tonight.
It was quite the race here in the Xfinity side of things, with Drunk Fest coming out on top, a little bit of tempers flaring. But overall, I mean, for how big the field was, and Caddy can say this too, for how big it was a relatively clean race. And, you know, kind of interested to see how the Cup guys handle Bristol now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Xfinity race, it's a little bit different of an aspect, though. So they had no cautions, and we've seen a few mistakes happen. The Cup Series is going to have their cautions per usual, right? So your mentality has to be give a little bit more room. You don't want to be involved in an incident because there's no way to recover. A caution can't come out. Now, with the Cup Series, you should still see these drivers giving each other a little bit of room, but they're not as mandatory, right? Because if you're involved in something, a caution could come out for either that incident or another incident that might happen 5-10 laps down the road. And so because of that, you have an opportunity to overcome a wreck, right? However, if you have to come to pit road because of damage, which is a big thing because in the Cup Series we have the damage on that, and you have to go to pit road, you will lose 2 laps. So overcoming 1 lap is possible. Overcoming 2 becomes harder and harder to deal with, especially with the other drivers that are going to lose 1 to 2 laps.
Right. So, like we were going back to, like I said, this is our first night of trying this. I mean, I know we're sitting a little behind what we're scheduling to handle this, but I mean, I was expecting this a little bit since this is our first night, and we're going to work out the bugs. And once these guys that's doing this do it a couple times, and they know how it all works, it will get a lot better out there. So, but yeah, just apologies for now.
And as it stands right now, I am still waiting on an invite.
You're fine. Teddy, can you invite him or not?
For the big race, though.
Yeah, Big Jim's a regular race, same ones I'd sent you guys, so those ones won't be.
Or I guess wouldn't it be go or stay home?
I see what you did there. I guess even if you make it, it's stay home or stay home.
And, well, speaking of Big Jim, we have Big Jim in here as our in-race reporter. How are you, Big Jim?
Doing well, man. Getting ready for this one. How about you?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. You know, you're coming in as the points leader in this series, and you got the high banks of Bristol. What's on your mind as you get?
Contact is possible. It is Bristol, so contact is going to happen, but just not getting put in the wall. Obviously not wall riding. That will result in a penalty tonight. And just, not causing anything. I think it's just going to be about staying clean, and the results will show from that.
And I know you're in here right now, Taddy. You won't be eventually, but I'll ask the same question to you since you are also a Cup driver. What is on your mind as you get ready to race tonight?
Well, right now, currently my mind's a little torn, right? So not only am I a driver, but I'm also one of the team captains out there. And I got one of my drivers trying to qualify their way in. So Loosey Goosey, actually, he just joined our party. But my eyes currently are all on him. And then really after that, I mean, go ahead.
We're done.
Yeah, I never got invites to this.
Yeah, sorry about that. We were sitting there talking, making sure everybody was all squared away since the first week we were doing it, and then it kind of just started, and we didn't get you guys involved. So, my bad.
No, we'll take it from there. We'll just stay on. So if that's the case, Taddy's going to be leaving us here, so he's going to have to get his guys cranked up for this Cup race.
Did you guys get the top 4?
Yep.
Yeah, we don't know who the top 4 are.
I got you right here. I'm looking it up.
So Cup and Bass.
Top time of go or home qualifying was Draven at a 15.58. Second was Loose Goose, 15.689. Third was Derek Cope, 15.720. And the final person getting in was Bass, 15.772. Fourth place, or actually fifth place, sorry. Guy that got out short was Beatty at a 15.792, so got beat out by 0.02 of a second.
Yeah, and that's an unfortunate event for Chase there, falling short here and making this race. But
all right, boys, I'm gonna hop out.
That's what it's all designed to do. So yeah, we'll just going forward. Like I said, I want to apologize to anybody out there that is watching. We had a little bit of difficulties, like I said before. It's our first week of doing this. Next week, hopefully, we can dial this in, and I'd want to be able to bring this to you guys for qualifying. Just a quick question for Luce, since he was in it. I'm assuming. Oh, he left the party.
Oh, Luce is going. Listen, guys, this was on me.
He went.
I'm having technical difficulties.
So who all does that leave in here? It's me, you, and Big Jim, right? Anybody else in here still?
Chase, are you going to stay in here with us?
Just for a second, I don't want to be all laggy and stuff, and I feel like I might be. I'll stay in here
Chase, do you 10-4, bud?
Yeah, I got Chase.
Y'all got a copy?
Yes, I got you. You got me?
There we go. Yes,
I
sir.
cannot hear Chase.
You can hear Chase.
I can't hear Chase.
Okay. Chase, Clay is not copying you. Do you hear him? No, he left the party. So while we figure this out, Clay, like I said, any opinion on your? You see the top 4 guys that qualified.
Yeah, so of course, Drunk Fest, one of the 9, he already raced his way in tonight, but we have Luce in the field, as well as Draven and Braves and Bass in the field, which means that the other guys, along with Chase, that's not going to be racing tonight, include Mike G, TCW, and Warpig. So a tough crack for those guys not making the field here tonight. Little surprised Mike G didn't get into that top 4. Would have thought he would have found a way to qualify his way into the field.
Right. It's kind of surprising myself, But looking at this list, you had we got at least one. We got one of the captains, the number 17 of Tegrity Motorsports, TCW, driving that 17 Ford. He's the owner of Tegrity, and he failed to make this race, but he did get one of his boys in by having the number 34, Derek Cope, in. So Tegrity will be out of the 4 drivers. Tegrity will be represent with 3 of their guys in. Going down the list a little bit, Draven, the number 22 for Swamp Motorsports. He's their fourth driver, so Swamp's going to have all four of their guys in here at the race. We got Luce from Venom. So that looks like Venom is going to have all four of their drivers in tonight. So Deadman is going to have three with Chase not making the field, and Tennessee Whiskey River looks like they're going to be the ones that are going to be fighting with the least amount of cars, and it looks like that's going to be a two-car field. Looks like it's going to be Bass and Travesty for running for Tennessee Whiskey River. So one thing we score only top two team-wise points. So everybody will be represented here, but it's just there's a couple teams there with four drivers in, and that's just more options or advantage to have guys scoring higher finishes. So it's going to be an interesting night here when the race comes around.
Chase, do you have a 10-4 now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
I have
we
you
got
now.
you, Chase.
Oh, there we go, boys. Let me just start with the qualifying factor, and I know Luce left and you had some questions for him, so I'm here now for that. Man, that qualifying, I know everybody couldn't see it. I was having technical difficulties. I was trying to send y'all invites, but apparently they didn't come through. See, I had this problem setting up the Xfinity lobby earlier too.
Yep.
So it's just technical difficulties. I missed the race, man, but in my opinion, that qualifying is freaking fantastic. And I'm the one of the guys going home on the couch, bro, and I'm still excited over that. I missed out on the show by 2 1,000ths of a second. I mean, we was right on top of each other.
Yeah,
that was crazy, man. That was fun.
Yeah,
It was
and that's sweet. As you're looking at it, Chase, as as an admin, you ran the qualifying. You had to run the qualifying. You ran your qualifying. You missed the show, but hey, man, you got your head up. You're still all jacked up. You're saying, hey, this is cool. This, obviously the boys all did their thing out there. It ran smoothly. So, to take a positive way, Chase, I mean, like I said, you're still excited to see, even though you missed the show, as an admin point of view, you can't be more happier.
No, not at all. And I'm going to be interested to see how this works going forward, because there's a really good possibility, man, that cut line is going to have different drivers below it going into next week.
Hey,
Right.
Jim, you need to let us know when we can join, bud.
10-4. We're in qualifying right now.
So, yeah, going back to that, just a little insight, to bring Clay up to speed in a little bit. This is the first week of doing this. It's kind of a test thing. We're going to plan on going from this point forward the rest of the season this route. And if it all pans out and a success, and like I said, the admins are all happy with it, it's going to be part of our racing process going into season 3. It's going to be just how the league is going to operate off of. That's going to be the stipulations.
And you are correct on that. And we have, if something's not broke, don't fix it. So if this works out good, I see no reason to mess with it. But we've also, throughout the week, we've had a lot of good ideas thrown our way. There's a lot of different ways we could go with it. But we don't want to upset anybody with making too big of a change. But at the end of the day, the race in the past 3 or 4 weeks is just not being satisfactory for anybody. It's making guys aren't having fun. So we had to do something to fix that, and this was the short-term answer, I believe. That's just my opinion. Some people didn't like it. I mean, it's going to affect 9 different drivers every single week, and that list includes 2 of us admins, So in my opinion, it was the most fair way to go about this, rather than forcing drivers down or making teams cut people. Everybody. Now you've made your bed, you lay in it. You keep you guys that are below that cut line. They get a chance to qualify in. Even if you bring somebody else up at this point, they're not going to accumulate enough points probably until the very end of the season to where they're not going to have to qualify in. So there's so many decisions to be made here as to what to do. I mean, you could be a team that has a guy sitting 14th through 16th in points, for example. Well, there's faster guys that could be picked up possibly, but you don't want to pick those faster guys up because these other guys have an automatic ride as to where those other guys, man, they're going to have to qualify in if you bring them up at this point.
Right.
All kinds of. I mean, this format just throws all kinds of wrenches into everything, man.
Right.
It's going to change everything.
And I just want to give I just want to personally give a shout out to you, Chase. You were kind of the mastermind that brought this forward. We were all kind of scratching our heads. End of or beginning of last week. Trying to figure out how we can make this racing better to keep the guys happy. We were getting a lot of the field's too big. We got not fast enough guys. I mean, I'm not saying we have slow guys or guys don't deserve to be there. But the ultimate goal here at Cobra, we just want to get the best entertaining race out there for these guys to have fun. And it was a long week here for us admins. I shout out to everybody actually for the time we put in this week. There was a lot of discussions, but yeah, ultimately I just a quick shout out to you, Chase. You're the ultimate mastermind behind this whole plan, and so far so good. I'm liking it, and I think it is a success. So I just want to thank you on that.
Now we just got to hope that it does what we've put it in place to do, and that's fix the racing with the smaller field that it sets up.
So Clay, you're sitting there listening.
Again,
go ahead.
No, go ahead, buddy.
No, I was just going to say, so Clay's sitting there listening to kind of the insights of what we're saying here, and I was just going to kind of turn it over, wanting to see what he's thinking on this whole process, if it's kind of making a little sense to him, or Mao, or what he was thinking. But yeah, Clay, you got anything to add to that?
Well, yeah, so I had just sent you actually, Butters, I had a message about some thoughts about that, what you guys could potentially do for next year. But yeah, Chase, you talk about the single car qualifying, and I don't think that I've really ever seen that in any other league. Now, I've not been in the NASCAR Heat 5 league landscape for a long time, but I don't think I've ever seen it before. So if you introduce single car qualifying for most of the field, I know you're trying to get a test run with it here with these bottom 9 in points, but I'll tell you what, from what you're telling me, it might be a way to make this league unique.
And that's what we want to do here. We don't want to be the same league as somewhere else. We want to be completely different in the decisions we make. We want a unique league that guys want to come to. And we've had a lot of guys come over here over the last few months of racing. I mean, when we started, we had 24 set guys that we chose. We handpicked these guys to come in. And that was just a short season ago. And now we're up here in season 2, and we're up to 55, 54 active drivers. So, I mean, we've over doubled in like a 3-month span. And we got more guys that are wanting to come in. I mean, we could very easily be up to 80, 90 drivers at the start of next season. So we're definitely going to have to look at, do we go, we're getting 3 divisions? Do we want to, how are we going to do the formats? We have a lot of decisions upcoming to make here, but we want to make sure that we don't make it not fun for the drivers.
Jim, are you all still waiting to race? I'm sorry about that, Chase. Just wanted to check in. Buddy.
Yeah, so we just finished qualifying. We're still not in the race, but qualifying order goes, I won pole, second place is Draven, and third place was Blakey. So that's your top 3.
So yeah, looking at
Draven,
that, Draven qualified his way.
Go ahead.
I was too busy talking. I didn't get to shout him out. I knew that Draven was going to be a contender when I seen the lap time he ran over there in the qualifying race, the single car qualifying we done, man. Draven's got a hot rod tonight, and he really might contend. I mean, he's going to be up front contending for the win. And this is just his second career cup start up here. I mean, if he can complete that, I don't think anybody in this history has won, that quick. He's the first one to pull it off.
I'll mention this. We got a pretty unique top 3 there for qualifying. Big Jim, of course, our points leader in this Cup Series. here for Cobra Kai. Second, of course, is Draven, who was the fastest of the go or go home drivers. He just had to sit on the edge of his seat and try to make the show, and now with in-show qualifying, he is starting on the front row alongside Big Jim. And then you have the hometown favorite of Blakey T. Very likely would have at least contended, if not ran away with the Xfinity race, had his internet pieced out on him. But Blakey T always strong at Bristol. He's a guy you can never count out.
Oh, Blakey T's strong everywhere. This dude is a superstar.
He's also your reigning winner from last week at Pocono.
He did. He went out and took that race. Oh, that was a rough race, and Blakey was able to survive and come out of there with a dub. He took the win away from his teammate Smitty. Dead man, they had a great race there at Pocono last week. A lot of teams, that was there was some good racing in that race, but just the last few laps, man, we got to fix this where it falls apart in the last few laps.
Jim, can you give us an update on where our other go or go home qualifiers are starting? So we need Loose, we need Drunk Fest, we need Braves, and I believe that's it.
Alright, so Loose is going to be starting 9th. Drunk is going to be starting 11th. Did you get Atlanta Braves?
It'd be
Garrett
Garrett
Cope.
Yep, 10th. And then
There was
last
one more,
Who was the other one?
because Drunk Fest won the race and got in.
Draven?
I can't remember who the last one.
Draven?
Bass.
Bass.
And Draven. And
Bass.
then
Bass.
is going to be starting 19th tonight.
So is that a 20 car field total?
It
then?
is a 21-car field.
So who is bringing up tail? Who's qualifying?
My pole lap was a 15.543.
So interesting.
It's a fast
Two
lap.
tenths
Wow.
separating the field.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to be. It's going to take a few laps to pull out and stretch away from each other. It's always an issue here at Bristol. Times are so close. You can make up 10 laps worth of ground, man. You make one mistake on one lap and they're right back to your bumper. It's such a frustrating track to try to get around. It's difficult. This is one of those tracks where the drivers that are, they're just a rhythm track, man. Guys that are perfect. Like Jim, man, this man don't make no mistakes, so he's going to be out there just on a cruise mission. It's going to take somebody with